Hey, I'm Edison.
Hi, I'm Topher. I don't know what we're doing.
I'm DC, whatever we're doing.
It's the finale of GELBOYS, episode 7.
Yay!
My goodness, what a journey. That's what I always say. Last week, we have the Zoom call, the crescendo of the episode, where Bua confesses his feelings, Ba confesses his feelings, Jian confesses his feelings, and we've got a competition for FOMOD. We've got the beginnings of Bua and Ba Bin. Something's happening between them.
Oh, they smash him.
Yes, that's what that meant. This episode is going to wrap up all these storylines. I want to get right into it, but does anyone want to say anything before we get started?
I got my nails done. Yay!
Oh, yay!
Oh, cool!
Can you do one of those? I don't know what they do in the show, but you gotta show your nails.
Spend 4 hours getting their nails done unnecessarily in the middle of the street corner while listening to music. I can't do that.
Had mine done, but you know.
Get them closer to the camera. Here are my...
So, my lighting is, I don't know if the cat's eye effect happened, but they used a whole little magnet and everything, and it was fun. It was cool. I didn't know that's how that worked.
I have like bleach decals on there, so yeah.
Somehow, managed to take the Gote 13 down to 10. Oh no! Somehow they made decisions. Sorry, Kamamura. Somebody had to go.
Yeah, that's you know. It is hitting a lot of spots for me, and especially remembering. I'm just like, it reminds me of my teenage years and just how teenagers were, and just like nonsense and foolishness and just stuff I don't have time for right now. I'm like, I can't do all of this. I got bills to pay. I got life bills. Like all of this going after, and then 4-way calls and stuff like that. This series feels really real, but then also by feeling really real, I'm just like, I'm grateful. I have a lot of great gratitude that I've gone through that, been through that, had a t-shirt, wore it out, gave it away, don't want it back. It'll be very interesting how they end this, because of course in the regular BL world there would be like 2 couples, but this has been giving like a little bit something different, so I don't know if they're going to like be like, okay, you know what, we're going to keep the really real with this, and guess what, nobody gets in a relationship, all of y'all going off to college and y'all just go off on your separate ways and stuff like that. Or it's just like one person ends up in a relationship, or you know, but it'll be a guy. I mean, they're all going to die at some point in life because that's the way it ends, but yeah,
on our screen.
Oh yeah. So yeah, it'll just be interesting how they end it. So I'm looking forward to it. Not the death, but
I am.
Are you okay, Topher?
Bua's cowboy. I really don't like Bua's cowboy boots.
You really want Bua to die because he wore those cowboy boots one day.
I didn't say he had to die. The boots. I looked up to the death of the boots. He can live. That's fine.
Flying box.
จุ่มอยู่เหรอ
Hello, fellow young people.
จะมาเล่นด้วยมึงมาทำเรื่องประกูดบ่อยๆเดี๋ยวก็เรื่องแม่งได้
He don't want you.
The FOMOD's the Qian, and Babin's the FOMOD of episode 2.
When are we going to? Okay, I was like, are we not going to?
Does that mean I'm the Bua?
Well, no, he's still thinking about Bua. I had to use all my IQ to remember that that's what he did with Bua last episode. So I was like, okay, that's what that meant.
กูขอโทษมึงไม่กอดกูได้ไหม
No, go away. Don't leave me. Go away. Stop bothering me. Where are you going?
You 6 feet.
You got the cowboy boots are back.
ตั้งคู่กับมึงยากอะ
Where's that car?
ไม่ 0.75 TikTok ไม่มี
They're holding hands.
Also, we're normalizing friends holding hands.
No, obviously Bobbin is being torn between these two people.
We're normalizing friends holding hands.
There's nothing platonic about this situation.
You can hold
We are
hands.
normalizing friends holding hands.
I hold some of my friends' hands, so.
Well, yeah, normalize friends holding each other's dicks too. Like, it's fine. We're normalized. Things are normal.
Hell, that, but.
Friends let friends sit on friends' faces. Like, this is normal. It's normal.
ให้เบอร์ด้วยเบอร์โทรไปอีกจะได้รู้ไม่ใช่มิจฉาชีพ
And block. What you're not gonna do is tell me what to do.
มึงกูขอโทษแทนมันจริงๆที่มัน
No.
No. I want to hear from
มา
him.
ลงสตอรี่ขอโทษมึงทุกวันเลยนะ
Also, when you give an apology, you say what you did wrong and how you're going to correct that behavior.
While this is nice, you're not saying what you're sorry for.
Exactly. But I will say that they're teenagers, and
I guess.
but you still have to learn how to say apologize for behavior.
ถ้ามึงไม่โอเคกู
But putting them on your social presence, that is commitment. The thing is, Bobbin has never betrayed him, at least to his face.
Yes.
So
But he still don't want him.
The heart wants what the heart wants, is one person. Wise, good-looking, talented person always says.
Selena Gomez.
Oh, you get free mala, hot pot. That's a
ซุป
perk.
หม่าล่าเผ็ดมากกับซุปกระดูกหมูมาละ
You know what? I'd agree with him. It's like I get free food. I can't eat my nails.
จัดร้านมีหมอชิคอะ
Damn. Okay.
Siri play You Got It Bad by Usher.
Oh God. Is this his like standing in the rain with a big boombox over his head? Playing in your eyes.
บาย
But there is that part of me that's like, oh.
Siri played too much by Cash Doll.
Like, you're still doing too much, but it's just enough for me.
มีต่อให้มงคลน่ะ
Oh.
ดำย้าย
This is the way it always happens, where you're just like, you always end up at their place with them again. You've been saying no.
แน่ที่มึงชอบกินหน้าโรงเรียนเนี่ยใส่ผงชูรสเยอะคือเบื่อก็มีตัว
It's like a mixtape except for your nails.
เดี๋ยวไปฝึกเพิ่ม
No. Then you say yeah.
Touching my foot.
Like Destiny Child said.
Everyone is really into the feet.
Kids these days are all about feet.
That's why I'm so glad I'm not.
Like, if you don't get your foot the fuck off of me.
But they're enjoying it. And now they're gonna wrestle and it'll escalate.
No.
No, it won't.
Oh, he got his hand there.
it's gonna escalate.
Your parents look. Oh no.
Parents do look.
Sorry, Bobbin. Told you didn't stand a chance. Well, it's about to be some new paint too.
I could never. My could never.
Couldn't be me. My hands are for praying.
But they're friends. This is what the friends do.
My hands are for celebrating Jesus.
I'm sorry, I couldn't be doing this because my hands are for reading books. It's just,
How did you backflip normalizing the touching? And
I never once had normalized jerking each other off on the floor in your ex's house. I never normalized that. I normalized hand holding, face sitting, dick sucking in the alley, but none of this. I normalized none of this. So, like,
all in the glitter. Oh my god!
Like,
Oh my god!
I understand they are children, but like, if his floor looks like this, the sex is gonna be amazing, but you might catch something. Like,
oh my! You caught glitter. Like what? You have no idea. Look at all that.
I mean, at least they are saving the planet.
First of all, taking a shower will not get rid of glitter. You need invisible tape to get glitter off. Second of all, if you don't do anything like that, I'm still finding glitter from the drag queen I hugged in like 2015. Glitter is the herpes of the craft world. It is always there.
Oh, this is nice. This is very friendly.
Yes, normalized friends giving each other facials.
Oh my god.
Why are you stabbing the back of my head?
Step back if you feel a little poke coming through on you.
เคยคิดอยากลองปะ
Or what? What are we talking about? I'm so...
Like just hooking up or with Formon specifically?
By myself.
กับใคร
Right.
พูดจริงกูก็ไม่เคย
We'll just both fumble around in the dark together.
I want my first time being in your clumsy hands, sir. I need a professional.
Like you doing something like this. I saw this on TV. Like what? No.
เป็นไหมเนี่ย
So much is happening in this episode. My goodness. Why are my legs in there, sir? What is happening? I have so many feelings. Also, he's still wearing pants. What? Oh, now you doing it wrong. Let me show you.
Like nah, that's not how you do. There you go. That's
This was all part of Boo's plan.
อันนี้คือ
that's not it.
ได้บอก
It just hurt my knees.
I heard my knees looking at it too.
Where? Oh. Hey.
It's friends. We're normalizing it.
Hey.
Normalize friends teaching friends how to do things.
คือนี่
So that when you get out in the real world, you know what you're doing.
Do you know what you're doing? It's like a dog.
มันเป็นจริงไหมเนี่ย
Just because they call it doggy style does not mean it's like a dog.
Okay. Hashtag Teamverse. We love it.
นอนพลิก
We're not practicing anymore.
It's normal. We're normalizing.
We're like,
เอาดี
Normalizing wrestling. They're auditioning for the wrestling brigade or whatever it's called.
the wrestling team.
Yes. They audition for that, right?
อีกทีดิ
The tryouts. We got out of wrestling in high school.
Slaying. That's fine.
They're moving faster than Chi and Informo at this rate, unless they're just laying.
ที่เราทำกันก็เหมือนแฟนอยู่นะ
He's just smelling his cheek.
ว่าปะ
Exactly. It's normal.
หรอ
Bobbin! Bobbin, what are you doing?
He normalized it. Now he's going home. Exactly. See, Edison, friends, close friends.
What about your friends? Are they gonna be around? Will they do it, doggy? Will they do?
If they are good friends, yes. Because we have normalized it on this day. Still working on normalizing reverse cowgirl, but doggy is normalized now.
Go ahead, Meredith Grey.
ทำไมมึงไม่เลิกกูสักทีวะกูบอกแล้วว่าหน้ามึงขาวก็สีฟ้า
This is a Apollo. Which
He was like, he's not down with the swirl. Oh my god. He said he's not down with the swirl. Oh my god.
As someone who has always been down with a swirl, I am upset.
Oh,
Oh, baby.
oh.
You're so bad for him.
Now he's changing his hair color. He's changing everything to be.
Please don't go in blackface.
He's going to be the Ollie London of this show.
I'm upset that he's like changing himself for a guy. Look, everybody out there, do not change yourself for a man. Do not worth it. Don't do it.
We're not normalizing that.
No, we're not. Do not change yourself for no man.
Now Bobbin is the villain. What? Serious is a roller coaster.
I don't think he genuinely meant it. I think he's still torn.
I hope he didn't genuinely mean it.
I don't think he genuinely meant it, but there's a difference between intent and outcome. And this
นี่
outcome.
นะครับบัวเปลี่ยนลุคนิดนึงนะครับก็คือผมนี่เจอกันที่นู่นเนาะ
Damn, Bobbin. Damn. Oh my god.
นิดนึงนะครับเพื่อทุกคนจะชอบนะครับ
Bobbin, what the fuck?
I'm going through this in which you're looking for maybe if I do this, maybe I'll do this, they will like me. They'll like me if I do this.
At least
And
he
you
got the
start
bag.
hating yourself. And you start losing yourself. This is one of the things I'm like, been there, understand that, had to go through this whole process. That people like now,
So you're not taking it out on Lisa.
right, Lisa out there like, what is that fuck me for? It's like, what?
What, Bobbin, what are you doing? Why are you getting rid of all your pink?
Maybe it reminds him too much of Bua.
ฮัลโหลมึงพ่อเทวาเมื่อคืนกูโตลงทำงานถึงเช้า
We said a whole bunch of words.
I was gonna say, I guess that sentence wasn't important.
อ๋อแล้วเลิกเรียนแล้วเหรอ
Neither that one.
เลิกแล้ว
So we only get one half of this conversation.
บ้าน
Right. What the fuck?
อาบน้ำก่อนนะโอเคอาบเสร็จแล้วไลน์
Because he gave himself, and now he's getting ignored. Except he's not being ignored. The guy was at work, and then he went to bed. But he feels like he's being ignored. Well, you shouldn't have given up your kitty cat so easily. That's your fault.
But we normalize doing that with friends.
Yes, but not with our ex.
Right. Exes aren't friends.
We haven't normalized that yet.
Their exes are
Go get some gel polish remover, girl.
exes for a reason. I think we should bring that back, belting stuff. Just wearing like an oversized shirt and just belt
รู้
it.
ป่ะกูก็ชอบด้วยนะ
I love a good belt.
Bring the 80s back. Big thick belt buckles.
What did forward like Bobbin? What is he talking about?
เอาไป
He doesn't. He's rebounding.
Best way to get over old man is enter yourself into therapy and then actually work through it that way.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. Get under now.
Okay, this is cute.
เข้าไปเต้นเหรอยังน่าสนใจคุยอีกเหรอทักก็ไม่คุยแชทก็ไม่ตอบบอกจะไปอาบน้ำอาบที่อะไรเป็นอาทิตย์
Yes, I have. Yes, it was a very long shower.
ไม่รู้จักกันก็ไปเลยดิ
I mean,
Bobbins.
valid.
I mean,
Not gonna leave me on red and then come up to me and pretend like nothing happened.
You also said I was too white for you, but that's something else.
That's
no, you didn't say too white. You just that blonde hair, blue eyed.
Blonde hair,
Said
blue
you and
eyed,
your
Bush
Aryan
body.
brethren are not for me, white boy.
He's like, you will not colonize this. You will not colonize this pussy.
Verbatim. I remember. I heard it.
มึงจะเอายังไงกับกูกันแน่วะ
Yeah, what do you want, Bobbin? I'm so confused.
ขอคนไม่เล่นได้ป่ะสัตว์
That was Chian.
สรุปแบบไหนอะเพื่อนแฟนคนคุย
Damn, how is everyone going through the same thing Formod went through?
Because high school sucks.
It does.
มึงรู้ป่ะ ร้านอะไรแม่งไม่มีค่าเหี้ยอะไรกับกูแล้วอะ กูขอแค่ไลค์มึงคนเดียวกูพอใจแล้วอะแต่ถ้ามึงจะไม่มากดไลค์กูแล้วอะมึงก็อันฟอลกูไปเลย
It's kind of a bar.
Give him a hug so Formod can see and misunderstand the situation.
I can't believe Bobbin became Chian.
กูกักมึงจริงๆใช่ปะคือกูไม่รู้เลยอะว่ากูทำอะไรไปบ้างอะถ้าใช้กู
Oh.
Okay, Boo has been exonerated in my book. He fine now. I forgive you. I don't forgive those boots, but I forgive you.
Uh-oh. Run!
You can't ask me questions if I run away.
Oh, it's an actual. Damn, Chian, you're messing the floor.
Yo, you're messing up everybody.
ตั้งแต่
You're messing up everybody.
ไกลนะเว้ย
People trying to dance. Like, can y'all take this off the dance floor?
ฮะ กูไม่อยากชอบมันอะกูแคร์มันเว้ยมึงเพื่อนกูอะถ้ามึงไม่ชอบมันแล้วจะให้กูชอบมันได้ไงอะ
Oh, you can't know your feelings, baby. You're confused.
Because when he was getting jerked off by Chan in the shower two days ago, he wasn't thinking about your feelings, baby boy. Don't base who you like on.
ถ้ามึงจะรักใครชอบใครอะ
Not true.
กูก็ชอบด้วย
Last
It's been raining.
แค่มึงบอกกูอะกูเพื่อนมึงนะรู้สึกผิดกับทุกคนเลย
Oh.
สวัสดีทุกคนนะครับวันนี้นะครับบัวเปลี่ยนลุคนิดนึงนะครับก็
Not that video. Anyone but that video.
I was gonna say, like, if you make an impact comment saying you don't need to change yourself, like something. Impact.
What?
I'm trying to get under the beard.
ขอโทษ ขอโทษเลย
No. Sorry for what?
ใช่ในเรื่องส
Ask
นุ
the
กอะ
question.
ตอนนี้จะเป็นยังไงมึงจะลงคอนเทนต์ต่ออะไรอะ
That's nice. What are you sorry
กู
for?
จะกดไลค์มึงหมดเลยเป็นแฟนนะกูนะ
No. Yes. No. Yes.
Sorry for.
แต่ถ้ามึงจะไม่เอากูแล้วอะบอกกูได้นะด่าได้
No. Oh God. Get in here. Here's some tissue.
พูดใหม่ดิ ขออีกรอบ
ทำไม
จะถ่ายคลิป
Nah, say it again. Say it again. So that way I have it on recording. So next time you acting up. Sometimes you just have like such a blank face. It's just so blank.
I mean, I didn't know I was coming here to be attacked today, but okay, that's fine.
Not you. Jane.
Thought Edison was supposed to be the villain, but okay.
I'm never a villain. What are you talking about?
He's always a villain. So much Jan has such a blank face.
กูอยากเป็นแฟนมึงมาตลอด ตั้งแต่พ็อกซี่เพลงคนไม่คุยอะ
That's how long. It was his debut album. Now they put out this sophomore album.
เจอนั้นที่มึงกับกูยังไปมากันอยู่เลยอะ
That's 4 visuals and a new album. No.
แล้วมึงรู้ป่ะวันนั้นที่กูโทรไปหามึงแล้วมึงไม่รับอะกูนึกว่ามึงมีคนอื่น
Oh, it was on your head.
แต่จริงๆแม่งไม่ใช่เว้ยคือแม่งไม่มีเหี้ยอะไรเลยเว้ยกูแค่ระแวงไปเองอะ
Okay, well, normalize, not jump into
Right now,
conclusions.
Yeah, we can normalize that. I understand.
What's up? He's actually talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
He's actually talking about he's owning it himself.
Which I can appreciate.
แฟนนะกูนะ
Above all else, normalize conversations.
Because he's
ไม่ไว้ใจกูก็เจอแค่ทำอะไรทุกเดือนก็ได้
it'll save me money, but
I didn't say free. I have one for free.
But
We're not normalizing that.
I paid with my hands. Oh, damn.
What we're not going to do is normalize using your friend's talents and getting this stuff for free. No.
there you
Pay
go.
for my art.
Oh, look at the Bobbin and Boo. Look at Boo. I'm Bobbin. Oh,
That's so
Here's
cute.
my hat.
Aw.
He's like, yeah, I'm down with this girl.
Me and my little Kangol hat. Down with a swirl, something on Samuel L. Jackson.
Right?
Laugh is like a gadget. Gel polish
Vending machine.
Vending machine.
There you go. Almost had it.
You never know what color you're gonna get. Oh, it's the one he wanted, right?
The app
You
version.
did it. I'm proud of you.
Child, you better unblock him. Get your nails done. Take your money and go get your nails done.
forgiveness, unblocking is self-care as well.
But does unblocking auto follow you? With them again?
No, it doesn't.
That's okay.
No, it doesn't automatically. When you unblock somebody, they don't automatically follow you again.
I was gonna say.
Because when you block them, it like you unfollow each other and stuff like that. But like you actually have to physically go on there. As I am.
Once you block, you stay blocked.
Right? It's like that is a long time decision.
This is so silly but romantic. Oh my god.
That's what romance is, being silly with one person. Another person who you can only be silly with.
I need to use my highlights reel more effectively. My goodness.
Right?
Intimacy.
You're not close friended nearly as effectively as you should be. That's cute.
Right? In terms of grand gestures, putting it on social media is so
คิ
grand.
วสุดท้ายแล้วปะใช่ไหมอุ้ย
เสร็จแล้ว
อุ้ยใช่เหรอเฮียมีชิงไอกิเตอร์อ่ะ
Oh, look at these two.
I hate them.
วูบเลย
วูบอ่ะ
พี่วิเชียนผมขอในเล็บเหมือนบัวเลยนะ
Their affection is so natural. It's lovely.
ทำโครงการ
We're gonna have couples nails.
10 เล็บ
ใช่
ไม่จริง
So we're getting couple tattoos or couple shirts,
โอ้นี่นี่
couples nails.
Couple jock straps.
Yo, why do you always have to go a step farther?
We wouldn't name me call things.
I always say,
Normalize going a
Then you
step
just-
further. Normalize.
Yeah, thank you, Edison.
That's why we have Topher, because Topher
oh my
takes them
god,
to the places.
you always just like,
I take back all the villain talk I mentioned earlier. Edison has just been misunderstood this entire time.
Exactly. That's my
Oh,
whole
really?
life story.
And DC out here acting like couples don't have matching articles of clothing from time to time.
Exactly.
yeah.
Yeah. As long
yeah.
as you got the money to pay for it, yeah.
Well, you do it yourself.
ก็ต้องไม่บ้างแหละวันนี้กูขี้เกียจทำเล็บให้มึงหรือบางวันกูยุ่งจนไม่ตอบไลน์แต่กูจะบอกมึงนะ
Yeah. Oh. When you're with your boo friend and you like get close and you smell them.
And also normalize friends sniffing friends.
They're not friends. They're lovers. They're not friends.
Normalize friends being lovers.
The last episode of GELBOYS, the finale. I was lagging a little bit, so my video is a bit behind you two, but hopefully that's fine. What is a whole show? Let's recap the whole. No, we don't have to recap, but the whole show.
I have amnesia. Tell me what happened.
Yeah.
I think, towards the end, I was like, okay, everything is wrapping up so beautifully, so neatly. Like, I feel like we've come full circle, we've grown all our characters. And then there was a beautiful message in the end about learning to trust and learning to communicate and to forgive. And I think it had everything. Like, it had romantic gesture in like modern culture, which is putting the efforts that you're doing for someone else on your highlights reel, which is, I think real estate, when you're on social media, you're kind of like, there's only so many things I can put up there, and risking what you stand for as these gestures for somebody else, I think is a grand statement. I mean, in terms of what Chian did on the stories, I thought that was really romantic, and like it showed that he paid attention, and he showed that he put in a lot of effort. And I think it's those lengths that really convinced Forma to have some reassurance over like, okay, this man is someone who isn't putting me on the hook anymore. So I just thought the whole thing was in the end like a masterpiece. Like I felt so vibrant, so zesty. When I was going into this episode last week, I was a bit unsure about the pacing because I was like, we're really going through the chronology of their relationship, and I feel like I'm missing the details of, you know, when people are starting to like each other, what they're feeling. But I think in the end, we had to have a 2-year journey for FOMO to kind of go, I've been through so much for us to really believe that there is a lot of baggage and uncertainty and negative feelings that he had to overcome. And same with Bua, like having that time to get perspective and to really create distance and to come back together with your friends. It really told a whole story that I think, you know, if we cut down the time frame, it wouldn't feel as realistic. So I appreciate everything the show did. I especially appreciate that scene between Barbin and Bua where they play fucking or whatever they were doing.
Normalizing friendship.
They were doing that. I think it was kind of significant because there's not a lot of shows that play with or normalize gender expression and verse top bottom that situation. Typically in BLs, you have your gender expression dictate, you know, what role you take in the bedroom. But I think for that, it was kind of like an on the nose. We're both, you know, meandering between feminine and masculine, top and bottom. So I really liked that showcase for those two. Like they're wearing skirts, they're wearing feminine attire, and so it's really breaking down gender stereotypes, especially with the whole GELBOYS theme and the basis. When I was talking to like a Thai friend of mine, he was kind of like, it's so refreshing to see just like the normalization of, you know, these out queer teenagers who get to express themselves, because for that person, for my Thai friend, it wasn't as normalized in high school. You wouldn't be able to be so out. And so I guess it speaks for a generation of progress as well, for these boys to be able to express themselves so openly, express themselves with the queer slang, with the nails, with the vibrant fashion. And so it did so many things in such a short series that, yeah, I was blown away by how everything just interconnected. Everyone kind of played along with the themes of being along the hook or hooking someone else and it coming full circle. So yeah, and especially the chemistry, I think, as well, the acting, it felt very organic. The flirting, having your soul crushed. I was thoroughly enthralled and engaged.
Well, I have a very important message that I want to get across, and I need Thailand to come closer. Mm-hmm. Come closer. Even closer. That is how you effectively use your time in telling a story. You don't need 12 episodes. Mm-mm. You don't need 16 episodes. You damn sure don't need 24. That is how you effectively tell story within the time parameters that you are allotted. Every single story does not need to be this long. Some stories only have this much to tell, and that is fine. This episode ended, and I sat there and was like, man, I could watch more of that. But also, I'm happy where it ended. I'm happy where this story ended. This story feels complete. And yes, I would love to see more of these characters in their day-to-day lives, but also, I don't want to ruin it. I'm fine with that. There's so many series where they go on a little too long. I felt the same way first time I watched Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm like, 3 chapters? I would love to watch more of this. I would love the continuation, but 3 books. That's all it needed. Done. That's the end of the story. Done. This, same thing. 7 episodes, all it needed. Could they have stretched it out to 8? Sure. Didn't need it. Could they have condensed it down to 6? Sure. But probably would have been a disservice. This is beautiful. Beautiful. Love, love, love. Echoing pretty much everything Edison said. Acting was fantastic. And one thing I loved about this series is that they had basically these 4 main characters. They spent so much time with each of them in different ways. Like, a lot of times you'll have your your main ship and your side ship, and side ships over there in the corner, and they'll come off every once in a while. But like here, every character was explored in so many different ways, whether it was them as a pair with somebody else, them trying to approach somebody else. Like there was so much interweaving between these four characters, and just so much character building done between that little square. Like it was just so well done, and I loved it. Again, things I've been saying the last couple episodes. I love how just every episode, it just gives you just that little bit more perspective, that slightly changes your view of how you saw this character, how you saw the situation. So it's like halfway through this episode, I'm like, okay, Bua's fine. Episode 1 through like 3, 4, I was like, Bua can go to hell with his little cowboy boots. like him and those little cowboy boots can go burn in hell. Like, not that serious, but like, you know, Bua was on my shit list. And like the last 2 episodes specifically, again, just with that little bit of perspective, that little bit of nuanced storytelling, and, you know, the fantastic acting, it just shifted, and I saw the growth in the character. I saw him come full circle. I saw him come where it's like that apology that he gave Chan, where he's like, if I was keeping you on the hook, if that's how I made you feel, I'm truly sorry. I believed it. I believed that character was sorry because he had the firsthand experience. He realized what it was that he was doing. And I feel like so many times in series or movies, like the script will have them apologize, and the characters will say they are sorry, and they will cry, and they will be forgiven. But do I genuinely feel like that character is truly sorry, or are they just saying that because they are sad and they feel like that's what they need to say in order to rectify the situation with whoever they're trying to make up with? So it's like, but here I felt like he genuinely is regretful for how he treated Chan in that moment, because he has seen how that feels. And for a second there, I was thinking to myself, like, oh my God, like I'm sorry that he had to learn this lesson in this way, because I wouldn't, wish ill on anyone. But then I remembered who I was. I'm like, that's a lie. I wish ill on a lot of people, but they have it coming. They are very deserving of it. But it was a necessary evil. It was a very necessary evil for him to reach that point of seeing, like, this is what I've been doing and this is how I made you feel, so I'm sorry. So I appreciate that full circle moment. And like Edison was saying throughout the episode, like we've seen like so many of the characters like almost swapping spots from where they were in the beginning of the series. Like, now this character is Formod, and this character is Chan, and this character is Wu. Like, it's like this revolving circle of who's the bad guy, who's the good guy, who's getting hit. And like, there are no bad guys and good guys in this situation, but like, they're just people on this merry-go-round of teenage hormones, and it sucks. Teenage hormones suck. And you could not pay me enough to go back and live it again. People ask me so many times, like, wouldn't you want to go back to high school? No. You want to know? But why not? It was so much. No. Like, yes, I understand I had no bills and this, that, and the other, but no, I will take my bills. It's fine. If that means that I have the peace of mind and I don't got to deal with any of this adolescent bullshit, these hormones, no, you cannot pay me enough. So like, seeing these situations unfold, I'm just like, oh, bless your souls, because it can't be me right now. It has been me, and I'm thankful that it's no longer me. But I feel like I said it back, a couple episodes ago when Bobbin and Bua first started like planting those seeds. Like, there's just been a naturalness about their dynamic where all of the other sort of couples that they were trying to make happen, like, okay, Bobbin wants to be with Formod wants to be with Chan wants to be with Bua. Like, they all felt like we were trying to force a square peg into a circle, where it's like Bobbin and Bua they just had a natural just energy. And even there in that last scene when they were, getting their nails done and like, oh, you want to get couples nails? Like, it just felt natural. Everything just felt effortless. Like, yeah, I absolutely believe this. Chemistry was just the normalization of sexy time shenanigans. We also appreciate, because again, this is a channel that we are a family here. and we're all about normalizing. These are things that happen in the world, so we got to normalize them when it happens. I do agree with what Edison was saying, how in a lot of these BL series, roles are kind of predefined based off of heteronormative ideas. So it's like, okay, you seem to be more masculine butch, so you must be the top, or you seem to be not, you don't even have to be feminine, you just have to be smaller in frame. You just got to be shorter. You're shorter and kind of skinny, so you must be the bottom in the situation. It's like, no. Sometimes people just do whatever the hell they want. So like, yeah, sometimes we want to flip flop. Sometimes we don't want to do anything. Sometimes we want to hit it from behind. Sometimes, whatever. So like, I do appreciate, and even though I don't want to sit here and watch high schoolers, do sexy time shenanigans, because it's not my bag. I'm not into it. I do appreciate that this series didn't stray away from it throughout, because it's what I don't know if y'all have met high schoolers. It's what they do. I don't know if y'all have met middle schoolers. It's what they do. So like, this shit happens. So I'm glad they didn't stray away from it, and I'm glad they didn't linger too long and make me feel uncomfortable, because like there are things I'm like, I don't need to watch these characters, but like they gave me enough where I'm like, I understand what's happening, and yes, this happens. It's not always romantic. It's not always this, that, the other. Sometimes you are just sitting in a photo booth and you want to jerk off your friend. Normalize it. We're normalizing things. We listen. We don't judge. We just normalize.
I'm trying to normalize my face right now from that statement.
What else did we normalize this episode? Lots of things. I could prattle on and on and on. In a nutshell, I thought the show was fabulous. I thought it was, again, a very good example of how to use your time effectively to tell a story. Soundtrack played a huge part in this. We love a good series with a good soundtrack. I love the incorporation of social media. I thought that was very well done. I did appreciate Bua. This will be my last thing, and I'll let DC talk. I did appreciate the scene with Bua after Bobbin, was like, no, I don't like you, you lily white colonizers. Get that pale, ghostly ginger dick away from me. Like, whatever it was he said in so many words. I did appreciate how Bua did attempt to make a change. I didn't appreciate the change, nothing like that. But I did appreciate them showing us that situation, and then him coming to the realization that, okay, this didn't work. I'm going to keep trying. This is not working. And him finally just kind of standing his ground. So when Bobbin came around, he's like, hey, what's going on? He's like, bitch, you left me on red for a whole fucking week. Don't come act brand new with me. I changed this, that, the other about me because you said and then you left me on red. No, bitch, what's good? What's up? Like, I appreciate that. Just that little bit of character growth in that short span of time. Yeah, I thought the show was fabulous.
But even the line, I don't need 1 million likes anymore. I just want the like from you.
Dropping bars. Like, yes.
I said it was a bar.
Yes. I'm like, for real. Like,
and that's why I'm about to go into all of that.
That's poetry. I'm like, yes. I love. Anyway, DC, say things. I've said enough.
Yeah, and that's where I'm going to pick up from there and talking about 3 things, especially going into the last episode about the growth of Bua, because the growth of Bua is that at the beginning, he was basically, all of them were emotionally immature. And the one thing that Bua himself, he was an externalizer, and he gets all of his emotional needs met from the outside, and that's why he was on social media and he's looking for all these likes. And you even saw when Chan went away, and then all of a sudden his likes were going away, that made him feel a certain way because he wasn't getting those outside things. It was Chan was a vehicle to help him get these likes and all this other kind of stuff. And then you see at the end where he's like, I could have 1,000 million likes and I just want 1. And we see him that change. It didn't come out anywhere, because in the last episode, or the episode before last 2 episodes, he was less about trying to get all this other kind of stuff and actually making a genuine connection with Bobbin. And so I also appreciate the whole thing in which Bobbin, it was mean, but he was afraid. He just said, you know, because he was just, it just sounded like a kid, and he was afraid of all these feelings, and he just started naming stuff that Bua couldn't change, or he thought he couldn't change. It's because your hair, it's because of this, and it just goes all this in your eyes. And he laughed, and I appreciate that because Bua would have handled it like a kid. And what's the thing? You change yourself. If somebody doesn't like you and you really like them, or you want to be in, even when little kids want to be inside of a group, they do everything that they need to. They change behavior to be a part of the group, to be accepted and stuff like that. However, in that, you go through this development of like, okay, you know what? I don't need to change. All right. But the thing about changing and the thing about growth is that it's painful, and you break yourself a little bit in a constructive way and in a developmental way. And you see that breaking with Bua and him just saying like, okay, you know what, let me change all this back and all this other kind of stuff. So I do appreciate that. But then also I see Bobbin was emotionally immature because he could not conceptualize his feelings. The one thing about being emotionally immature is not realizing that you can have more than one feelings at one time. Because he was like, oh my goodness, you're my best friend and I love you and I care about you, but then also I like him. You can have more than, as an emotionally mature person, you can understand that multiple feelings exist at the same time, but also one doesn't cancel out another one. And everything's all, and you don't have this child way of looking at things that either good or bad, on and off, and just feelings are complicated. People are complicated. Life is complicated. It's developed. And he made it through there, and he eventually got by that with the growth. Unfortunately, and this is what I see with Bobbin and Bua, you do have growth, and there is always growth. The truth will set you free, but it'll make you mad first. And there's pain with growth. And sometimes it's your pain, and sometimes it's another person's pain. And when you do have your own pain and you go through that, that's all right. But when you do cause a pain to other people, you do have to go and say, hey, you know what? And it's good to apologize. Okay, so this is the thing I hate in series. I hate it when people apologize when they don't need to apologize. But sometimes you do need to apologize when, even though you didn't mean to hurt somebody, you've caused harm. Now, when you've caused harm, even though you did, you have to take ownership of that. And speaking of taking ownership, looking at Formod and saying what he was with Chan, he's like, you know what? This is the way I feel. This is the way I thought you were out cheating and doing this, all this other kind of stuff and all this other stuff. This is me. This is not anything that I'm putting on you, but this is the way I feel, and don't know if I can take this. And it reminds me of attachment theory. And in fact, Jessica Fern, in her book Polysecure, in which she talks about attachment theory and stuff like that, except she's bringing it into polyamorous relationships. But however, attachment theory is very pertinent into knowing how you get into even in monogamous relationships and things like that, and just how he attaches and what he needs from Chan and things like that. And I think that was a very grown-up thing, because he needs to find like, okay, you know what? I'm insecure because I had this hurt and that hurt and all this other kind of stuff. I'm not putting it on you, because a lot of times people will be like, oh, you know what? I have trauma, so this is what you have to do. No. I'm letting you know this is my trauma and this is what I'm dealing with, and this is why I acted the way I did. Let's go for it. And that's where you can have honesty and things like that. So I appreciated that. Bobbin and Bua, that was just natural. I kind of saw them as getting together, but for different reasons. But it was, I guess, especially after Bua turned that corner and was looking for not just a relationship to make him feel better, or as looking to use someone to make him feel better, but to actually connect with somebody on a deeper level. It was all cute. Even with him, like, Bobbin coming in there, it was like, you know, I'm gonna get this on camera. What'd you say? I was like, no, say it. And I love that teasing between couples and stuff like that, because that's a different type of intimacy that you can't get from everybody. Yes, teenagers do that, and yes, I'm not going to deny it, and yes, I'm glad they did not keep there a long time, because that is, I'm sex positive as the next person, but I just do not want to see, like, I'd rather see adults do it. Like, it's just not my thing. It can also be shown and also be taken as that, you know, when you're younger, feelings and sex go hand in hand. And like, okay, you know what? And I guess that's also why Bua was asking Bobbin, hey, have you done it with Formod and stuff like that? And that's what he was picking into there, because there's this connection that, okay, making love is making love, but when you get over, you just like sex is sex, and you know, feelings are feelings, and things like that. I mean, they can meet between, but sometimes not always. They don't. This is gonna sound weird. It was cute the way that they're like, okay, they both were virgins and they were going back and forth and stuff like that. It wasn't, I did not sexualize that. It was not sexy time to me. It was just like,
Cancel them.
they were like fumbling and stuff like that. And that is what it is. I appreciate it with 7 episodes. And the one thing that I always want to feel satisfied after watching a series. Like, I want to feel satisfied. If I don't want to be like, we still here? We still doing this? It was good. And I'm glad they gave me an odd number, because it's like, you know what? We're done. You're not done. We are done. I would rather a series leave me wanting more than leave me wondering why. Why are we doing this? Why are we still here? I've got to finish this because I started it, but why are you still writing this? Like, I didn't get that from this. It was also the writing and stuff like that. Like it was said earlier, I related to it. I don't want to go back. There's good writing where you're just like, I remember this. Oh, this is good. I'm not doing this again.
I think you guys spoke on how, you know, this is a teenage experience, people still trying to navigate their feelings. I'm still trying to navigate feelings. I'm probably a little bit ahead of where they are in the show, but I'm not.
How much have you normalized?
A little bit.
What do you mean by that? How much have I normalized? I'm not up to your stage where you're like, you know, communicate well, upfront about everything. I can relate to the complexity of situations that they've gone through. So I feel like it's amplified if you're a teenager, but still some of these processes, some of these things might linger for other people, like me.
Edison relates to the photo booth.
No, what?
I told you go out and live a life.
I'm like, not to get into things, but you know, Bua and his whiteness, it's reversed in other places. Anyway.
I like Bua's whiteness. I love all shades and colors. Above the age of 25.
I was about to say, it's like, you like Bua's, right? Oh, age. Oh, okay.
I can appreciate that he is a very handsome fellow. He's a very handsome little guy, but yes, no. Not for me. But for somebody. Maybe like 7 years. 10 years. 50, you know, just leave me alone. I'm right.
I think we should end this before we get him, before Chris Hansen comes up into the next reaction.
Well, I mean, I am 19.
It's a heavy heart that we say goodbye to this series, but it was a wonderful journey.
7 episodes.
Well-rounded, succinct. We got insight into everybody. People grew. You know, I can't say the same for another series that we might have watched recently, but yeah, everyone took accountability. Oh, I was not thinking that.
4 minutes.
Thanks for watching. Please let us know your thoughts on GELBOYS, and we'll see you when we see you for whatever occasion. Yes, until then, take care. Bye-bye.
Bye, Topher's Patreon.
Normalize going to the Femmes React Patreon.